River State Independent Electoral Commission, RSIEC, on Monday presented certificates of return to 23 chairmen-elect and 319 councillors-elect following the August 30 local government elections. RSIEC Chairman Michael Ode described the certificates as a mandate for service, urging winners to govern with humility, transparency, and inclusiveness. Ode commended security agencies, civil society, the media, and community leaders for ensuring a peaceful and credible process. He reminded aggrieved candidates to seek redress legally, stressing that sovereignty belongs to the people and the ballot must be respected. He also promised a post-election review to improve the Commission's service delivery. Speaking on behalf of the winners, Port Harcourt City Local Government Area Chairman-elect Allwell Ihunda praised President Bola Tinubu for restoring peace in the state and thanked RSIEC for conducting a credible poll. He assured Rivers residents that elected officials will deliver the dividends of democracy at the grassroots. I would love to start with you, Mr. Chidiokoro Esquire. Could you give us an overview of your own opinion on how the elections went that day?
Well, I didn't monitor the elections,
okay,
but listening to news, I think there were no hiccups, there were no violence. I didn't hear of shoot here and there, shootings here and there. It means it was peaceful, and that is what is important to River people, that there were peaceful elections, and up till now, in fact, nobody ran helter-skelter because of the election, unlike what we used to see before in the time past. So this is what is important to Rivers people, that elections came and gone without recording any violence, so to say. And the man at the helm of affairs have said the right thing. If you feel aggrieved by the outcome of the elections, seek redress through the legal means by approaching the court, rather than resorting to self-help, which would turn the state into anarchy. So he had just said the right thing, and I am glad that the election has come and gone peacefully.
Okay, thank you, sir, for that. Let me get Mr. Aiba Gospa. He said the elections will be peaceful. Would you attribute that to political apathy on the part of electorate, or people have resorted to fate?
Mr. Michael, by the grace of God, I was on the field, during the August 30th local government elections. And by the grace of God, the election said, people came out to vote, and winners were announced. And like you can see, the winners have been given their certificate of return, and furthermore inaugurated, and as I speak, they have begun to work in their various local governments. Then, talking about voter apathy, Mr. Michael, you can, as well, speak to this, that in every election day, be it a national election, state election, or local government elections, you must still have few people, not willing to vote and all that, and some people playing football or sorts on the street.
Okay.
It was not actually different in this case, but that doesn't mean that people that were willing and eager to see democratically elected people mounting the affairs of our local government to provide leadership and dividends of democracy did not come out to vote. The turn-up was massive, was okay, particularly to the areas that I voted and come from. So above all, it was a good election, like Vice Okura have said. Yes, there must be concern about the elections, no doubt.
Okay.
It has always been normal that people that lost and people that, unfortunately they don't win, may have one or two concerns. And thank God the RSIEC chairman Ude have said that if you have any concern about the elections, go to court. And that is the standard procedure, in seeking electoral concerns. So I think, above all, it was a good election, and it's a good call from the RSIEC chairman.
All right, thank you for your opinion on that. Barrister Okoro, let me ask you, yesterday the FCT minister had a press meeting, and he was addressing the legality of this election. And as a lawyer you are, I would love you to throw, these are questions on the minds of some persons, of people, of residents in River State, of questioning the legality of an election in a state that is under emergency rule. So I would love you to probably throw a hint of knowledge maybe to the layman who is watching this morning to understand, because it won't be like an ulcer that has no cure.
Is going to if we begin to delve into the legality or illegality of that election, it is not something we can trash right now in the studio.
Okay, but
anybody can form any opinion, and that is why the court is there to tell us. If we want to look at that critically, a state under emergency rule, there shouldn't have been this election.
Okay.
There is no provision in our constitution for that. Emergency rule is something that comes. It is there, it is clear in the constitution, where it is like, as the name implies, is emergency rule is a temporary something. It is not even, it doesn't have legitimacy. Elections are held where there is legitimacy. Where there is legitimacy. It should have been, what I mean by legitimacy is a constitutionally elected governor is the one empowered by the constitution to hold local government elections. But in this case,
not true.
Our constitution.
I'll come to you.
Our constitution does not have any provision for that. And but there is what we call matters of exigency.
Okay.
And if we begin, that is one of the, my friend Aiba, you have your opinion. None of us is final arbiter. Okay? The Supreme Court is, and that is why I told you that we cannot continue to argue on that in this studio.
Okay.
It will lead us to nowhere.
Meanwhile, let me stick out Mr. Aiba Gospel's opinion on.
Mr. Michael, in as much as we are entitled to our opinion,
okay,
and that we are running a democracy in Nigeria, doesn't take away the human side of us as citizens. It is only people that doesn't want peace to reign in River State that will be challenging the legality of the sole administrator of River State.
What's your definition of peace?
Mr. Michael, you are aware that before the declaration of the state of emergency in River State, there was an intense political impasse in the state. You are aware of the apprehension in the political atmosphere of the state. You are also aware how some persons threaten to blow up oil installations and to bring down national facilities.
The war there is threatened, right?
I'm coming, Mr. Michael. And by provision of Section 305, I'm not a lawyer,
Okay, I'm glad I have one.
Gives power for state of emergency where there is an imminent danger.
Okay.
I'm more particular about indices 2 and 5 of that very section of the Constitution. It doesn't. You will not wait until there is blood is spilled on the street of River State. You will not wait until people started carrying guns, looking for one another, before you will declare state of emergency in River State. Talking about who can conduct election in River State, the Constitution does not say that it is only a governor. The Constitution only says that the governor will, and in this instance, there's a government in River State. There is governance in River State. Who is the head of that government in River State? It is the sole administrator, who is diligently doing the work of the governor. Mr. Michael, remember that what causes crisis in this state, by virtue of the Supreme Court judgment, was that an election should be held, because that one that was held on October 5th was null and void. One of the charges that was given to the sole administrator by Mr. President when he declared his term was to ensure that a democratically elected people are being, installed in our local governments. Mr. Michael, if you are in Nigeria and you are a Rivers person, given what we've gone through in the state and what is playing out now, will you start criticizing the sole administrator or challenging the legality of the sole administrator for conducting local government elections? I don't understand. And my anger is that some persons that are criticizing the sole administrator were the same persons that was clapping for the suspended governor when he was disobeying court orders, when he was using 3 persons to run the affairs of the State Assembly. They were the same persons that clapped for the governor when he brought out the assembly complex. I think it is time that we begin to think progress in the states than being this sentimental attached to a system when it's favoring you. Please, we are all Rivers people.
Let me ask, if I get a bit by Chidi Okoro. From the elections, from the results of these elections, it's been proven that a majority of the seats were won by APC candidates, and the governor will soon assume position, full responsibility as a governor. Now, don't you think there will be there will be some level of disagreement, if I put that way, in this party interest? In this, the governor may come up and say, okay, these persons, I wasn't in power when they were duly elected. So are we gonna see another level of impunity play out?
Mr. Michael, this is not the first time a governor will be working with chairmen that are not in his party. It has happened in several states, and if the governor should come back, the local government chairmen are not the assembly members. I think PDP are still the majority in the River State House of Assembly, if they eventually are reinstated.
But the local government is at the grassroots.
These are people that will provide leadership for the grassroots. So the governor, on it to me, and by the grace of God, will be very happy to work with them, because almost all of them are people that also work for him to become the governor of River State. So we have no issue working with them. The only thing that will play out here is that, both the local government chairman and the governor will try to see how they can provide leadership and dividends of democracy for the people.
Okay.
So it is not, it won't be a competition or a challenge to the governor, because the local government chairman will not work, because they're not working on the same budget.
Sorry to go to the show. You know why I brought that issue? Because if you check back at the grassroots of what caused the problem before now, it was almost looking like we had the House of Assembly on their own part, and we had the governor standing on his own part. That's why I brought the issue out.
You know, like we have, 3 arms of government.
Okay.
And if the legislature and the executive is having issues, understand me, it is for the governor to see how to resolve some of these pockets of issues and work with the legislatures, because there's no way a government will succeed without the assembly of the states. It has never happened. So if the governor is coming back, and I believe there have been a backdoor, truce between the governor and the assembly members, and I believe that in that regard, there will be a cordial relationship between the governor and the House Assembly. Okay,
before we move on to the next story, Mr. Barrister Chidi, I would love to, the second coming of, let me use the word, second coming of Governor Fugbara, what would you as a legal practitioner look out for?
What I would look out for?
Yes.
Legality.
Okay.
Simple.
Legality.
Legality. But I just want to say that we are not going to experience any issues in his coming back, because like I said in this studio in the time past, I said when the apparent peace was declared, that peace is returning, he agreed to work with his political godfather, and we heard that peace was brokered and all of them have agreed to work. I said that Fugbara had been conquered and subdued, and he accepted it, and that is that peace. People used to say, and there's an adage that the friendship between two people, that the key is held by one person. If you say I no agree, me I say I no agree, we no agree.
Okay.
But when
one person submits and decides, to go the way of peace, it means that there are things you have to lay off. You have to lay off some of your rights, because it is the dragon of rights that brings disagreement. So, like a political scientist, a philosopher, Laswell said that politics is all about who gets what, when and how. So that is the key to all these things. Now he has relinquished that to them, and there will be peace. I'm not going to see, I'm not envisaging any further disagreement. Are you getting it? Yeah.
Now, I am not. What it means that the status quo has returned.
Okay.
The way it was in the beginning, so shall it be now. And forever till this tenure ends.
Okay, thank you for what do you look out for also, second coming of Fugbara?
What I'm looking at for is the statement made by the APC chairman, Chief Tony Okocha, that he will be working with the governor when he being reinstated, and to me it's a good one from the APC chairman. That an opposition party to the governor will be working with the governor when he resumes, especially when the policies of the governor is in tandem with the yearnings of the people and what the APC as a party is looking that will benefit the people. So I think his coming back will be a good one for Rivers State, and will be a good one for the political landscape in Rivers State, because without peace, there will be no development and there will be no progress.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your opinions on that story. Move on to the next story for the day. Rivers State chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has confirmed September 18, 2025 as the date Governor Siminalayi Fugbara will return to office following the expiration of the state of emergency. APC Chairman Tony Okocha assured readiness to work with the governor if he avoids what he termed obnoxious policies. Okocha highlighted the APC's performance in the recent local government elections, where the party won 20 out of 23 councils. He described the outcome as a political turning point and vowed to further expand the party's influence ahead of the 2027 general elections in support of President Bola Tinubu. The APC chairman dismissed talk of internal factions, stressing his leadership remains legitimate. He praised the peaceful conduct of the polls and the strong voter turnout, saying the party's growing coalition reflects increasing grassroots support across River State. I think we actually went into the next story for discussion. Gentlemen, anybody could take the floor. We've heard what Antonio Kocha said.
Yes, I have some concerns there.
Okay.
Antonio Kocha is the one declaring to us the actual date the governor will return to office.
He's not the one declaring. It's a public knowledge that on the 18th of this month, the initial 6 months will be elapsing. And
you also believe... So there's no issue with that. Now, and secondly, it's also issuing out conditions to the governor. For, these things are laughable. It is because there is apparent distortion in the leadership in Nigeria. Ordinarily, an ordinary politician will be issuing out orders and ultimatums to a governor. It's unheard of. You
cannot refer to Chief Tony Kocha as an ordinary politician. He's a stakeholder. He's the chairman of APC in River State. Please, address him properly.
In this country, a lot of things have passed under the waters. So, and Nigerians are accepting it that way. Because what is important to Nigerians is peace and security. That is the ultimate importance to Nigerians. Nigerians are not expecting much from the government. Most Nigerians have, leveled up their minds. Everybody is hustling for himself, not expecting, yes, what the government will do for him or her. So that is why a lot of things will come and it will be taken, like that.
Okay. I will come back to you, Mr. Gospower. Let me give you a scenario. A father disowns his son, and then for a period of time, and then there were dialogue behind the scene of the father reconciling with the son, and then we find out one day the uncle wakes up and tells us that okay, the father of this son has decided to accept him back so and so date. Who has the sole responsibility of making the announcement and recalling the son back? Is it going to be the father? Shouldn't we expect the father who disowned the son to make this declaration?
Mr. Michael, first I want to say that narrative cannot be applied to the statement of Chief Tony Okocha.
Okay, why do you say so?
Mr. Michael, you are aware that when the state of emergency was declared, it was set for an initial 6 months. And you are aware that on the 18th of this month, September, we'll make it 6 months. Am I correct?
Yeah.
We'll make it 6 months. So that is what Chief Tony Okocha is saying. He's not declaring. He's only reminding us that by 18th of September, the initial 6 months will elapse. And like every other Rivers person and Nigerian, we expect that by that time, the governor should be recalled back to office.
How do we juxtapose? He said he's ready to work with the governor, except the governor makes some obnoxious decisions. If I'm to quick quote that part.
Like what I said in my concluding statement earlier before this very topic, that the APC, as Chief Tony Okocha is saying, we work with the governor. And that has been the call of Chief Tony Okocha even before the state of emergency was declared. Remember that Chief Tony Okocha and the PDP in River State collaborated, worked together in 2023, ensuring that Governor Sim Fubara was elected the governor of River State.
Okay.
Also recall that in River State, APC and PDP collaborated that made APC to win the presidential election in Rivers State for the first time since APC was formed. That collaboration and rebel coalition is still in existence. And if the governor is coming back, not minding the political party he's, in, the APC is saying that, look, if the governor comes back, we're going to work with him, provided the policies and his ideas is in tandem with what the people want. That's what he's saying. And I don't think anybody will wish Rivers State not to succeed. That you are in the opposition doesn't mean that you wish the state not to succeed. So Chief Tenikola is saying that we are Rivers people. If Sim comes back today, we are going to support him, provided his policies is that which the people want. And that's it. And that should be commended.
So shouldn't we look? I'm trying to think like the ordinary the everyday River citizen. Now, I hope we're not going to be seeing another tussle of power play out where we have the APC chieftain who is standing by the constitution and directing or influencing the decisions of the governor. Because if the governor makes a decision that is not probably maybe an emergency decision, and then we will have an outcry of, oh, he's come again, here he comes again.
Mr. Michael, the beauty of democracy is when you have a viable opposition. It's when you have somebody that will cry out for the people. So if there's any decision made by the governor that is not for the good of the people, you should be happy that you'll be having somebody that will be crying out for the people, that this you have done here is not for the good of the people. And that is what we want as Rivers people. Not that everybody will keep quiet when things are going wrong. So Chief Okocha has always provided, that opposition, criticizing governments when they're not doing the right thing. So Chief Okocha should be commended, and by the grace of God, the APC in Rivers State has not done bad lately.
Okay.